wrestling, if you're a wrestling fan, I know every wrestling fan thinks like everybody knows what's going on. They don't. It's just, it seems more exciting for all of us, but they don't. Okay? But wrestling's booming right now. If you're a wrestling fan, a lot has happened. A lot of big things are happening right now. All right, anyway, Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, has signed with AEW. And AEW did all these big free agent signings, and it hasn't been a blip on the radar. If Tony Khan ever listens to my show, or if you're wrestling and you work for AEW, you will listen to the show, I just want you to hear me out. It's not your free agents that you need. It's not the quote-unquote 5-star banger classics that you need. What you need to do is captivate us. Give us something to want to watch. Give us something that we care about. Give us actual substance and meat. Pause. Camera on makes it. The reason why people watch the WWE, the reason why people watch it is not because they're putting on these great clinic of matches. No, it's because it is the male soap opera. And we can't even say it anymore because enough women watch wrestling to, you can say it's basically a soap opera with live action, with live fighting and acrobatics. AEW, you're just putting on matches. And you don't tell us why we should kick. Right now, you have Samoa Joe and Swerve Scott, and they're having this, like, I can beat you, I can beat you. And that's great. But when people talk about what made wrestling great, they don't talk about the great matches DX had with somebody. They just talk about DX and how they entertained the crowd and all the stuff the Rock said, the Stone Cold drinking beer, Ric Flair talking about all the money he had, and the NWO being this anti-wrestling thing. Nobody goes, I remember when on a random night of Monday Night Raw, when, Brian Pillman put on a banger with Owen Hart. Yeah, nobody talks about it. And the fact AEW fans expect you to think, like, there was a match that happened like 2 years ago. And apparently it was beat for beat of a classic Bret Hart and Owen Hart match. The fact they expect the casual person to know that is a little humor. It's insulting to the average fan. I'm not an average fan, but I don't watch New Japan. I didn't watch Ring of Honor. So I don't know why guys from those companies hate each other or like each other. And I think what AEW did a piss poor job in doing is really introducing people to make you care about it. Now, they're doing it with the Rainmaker, Kakechka. I can't even think of his name right now. They're doing it with him because they're kind of making you realize, he's just a bit of a jerk. He's a rich jerk. And they're kind of sort of doing it with Mercedes Moné, where they're putting her in a mid-card storyline versus just throwing her in the title picture. But honestly, if I was Tony Khan, I'd take the title off of Tony Storm, put it on Mercedes Moné, and let her run with it. Make her the Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns of your company and build up everybody that way. She don't need to be built up. The rest of your roster does. Imagine just give her the belt and let everybody just chase her for a year, 2 years. This is what you did with Chris Jericho. You gave Chris Jericho the belt and you had everybody chase him until they beat him, right? But it made stars and it made you care. I hate to tell every wrestling sycophant out there, all sports entertainment. It's all pre-scripted. It's all rigged, not rigged, but it's basically watching an action film. The outcome has already been written out. We get excited because we want to see how the story plays out. It's no, like,